Good morning, trading world. Back from a break. I didn't do a video yesterday, but back at it today. We'll be trading today. Um, Here we go again. And it seems like all the talking pundits and talking heads on TV still haven't really given us an insight of really what's going on. These back and forth 1,000 point days. Um, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Um, a lot of times the stocks will, when you have a long move, it'll use up all its energy to trend. And then, in order to begin to trend again, the market will do what's called consolidation. It'll start to compress to build that spring energy for another move. We see it all the time. The issue is we've just never seen it in a 1,000 point, um, a 1,000 point compression, basically, or consolidation. Um, Usually, you get this consolidation triangle that will happen, and when you get that consolidation triangle, you're basically waiting on the breakout. And when it breaks out, it usually, it's a move. It's a good move. But just imagine the compression or consolidation over 1,000 points. Just imagine what type of move that is leading to. So you can't really see it on the low chart here. Let me bring in this. This is where you kind of see this consolidation, this basically triangle building, because that's exactly what's going on. So we have a box here, and inside that box, we have a triangle. We have a triangle building that's to the downside. It's not really a triangle, but it's the market is consolidating, um, and it's pretty much consolidating between these levels. It's kind of forming this triangle for a break. But the problem is no one's ever really seen a triangle or consolidation this large, so they don't quite recognize it. Or but then again, the talking heads on TV aren't going to tell you what's really going on either way. So that's what's going on. So now on to the levels for today. Today is going to be quite dangerous. Um, I have support and resistance levels. However, today's a day shaping up to where I really don't want to be on the wrong side of a buy or going long. So today's one of those days you're definitely looking for places to get in short, some type of bounce, some type of pullback. Um, I did these levels yesterday at 4 o'clock. I'm trying to experiment with doing my due diligence and research. I usually like to do it in the morning. That way the levels are fresh. I can see everything, what's happening. I don't have to worry about the overnight move. But considering last night was pretty calm as far as things have been, kind of relative, so things have been kind of calm. So I'll give you the levels here. We're already below the jack support. I have jack support here at, let me go to it's clear where we can see it. Okay. Jack support here at 81.68. Queen support here at 80.43. King support here at 8,000. That 8,000 will get tested today and may break. Um, I have levels in between and below. Um, support levels in between. I have 81.56, which was up here somewhere. Not far. Um, 81.26, and then very importantly is 80.93, and then from there I have 79.80, 79.55, 79.18, and 7,900. Uh, on the resistance side, what I had yesterday, the Jack resistance is 83.31. Queen resistance is 83.75, which we touched in the overnight session, which is the reason why I don't really do the levels at 4 p.m. And then the King resistance I have is 84.06. All right, levels to look at in between are going to be 82.50, 83.10, and there is something forming here at this 82. Well, this is the 82.50. 82.50 is going to be very important. Um, it's going to be key. It may actually act as the Jack support this morning, because the way things are going, we may not make it back up to the King or Queen support, but we'll see how internals go once the market opens. Um, Today will be a very fast paced, fast moving market. When you're trading futures, this type of market is rather hard to trade because stop losses can be wiped out in an instant, and you can see where price may jump 5 points at a time. It's not the normal moving or smooth flow of price. It actually jumps around. So, which makes trading futures extremely hard, especially if you're trying to keep your losses, or if you're using maybe I usually use on the ES, I usually use a point and a half, 2 point stop loss. Usually my entries are good enough to get away with something like that. But the market is moving so fast, you could not get away without using less than five a 5 point stop loss, um, which is one of the reasons I moved down to the NQ, so that it allow me a bigger stop loss for my buck. Um, it's a 6 point stop loss on the NQ, which is still rather small, which I usually do on a normal basis with the NQ. But I felt it gives the best chance. So, um, again, this is one of those compression days. We'll see what happens, whether we break the bottom, um, or whether we're still compressing. Um, let's see if I can. get a better picture here. Yes, this basically being compression, so we could see all of this go. We could easily test this 78.14 level today on the NQ. That's how activity is definitely picking up. So at some point, um, what's going to be important if we don't make it back up, I will definitely be looking at using the 81.94 to 200-day moving average as resistance, and then also the levels that I have support being as resistance as well. So we will see. It's going to be pretty fast paced. It's not. This is not a market for the faint of heart. So again, tie your risk. Um, a couple of days ago, I did a few put debit spreads, which today may be the day that they cook up and see some, decent sized profit. I thought about taking them off yesterday because it actually went against me a little bit. But like I say, these are strategies where your risk are capped. So that's why I don't mind holding those overnight or through a lot, because your risk is somewhat capped. So those strategies will do very well for budgets. Um, that is pretty much it. That's going to be the day. Again, like I say, this is going to be a fast paced day. Please be careful. Make sure your risk are capped. You're comfortable with losing whatever you put out there because it will move fast. Good luck on your trading. Wishing you profitable trading. Have a good day.